Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the worst podcast this side of fucking Maryland. I don't know why I said Maryland. Fuck you. It is the ALP1 podcast, also known as the ALP1 podcast, also known as the Alpinus podcast. I am, for some reason, been given the role as doing this intro, and I think you just got a gun straight to my head. So, without further ado, I am your host just for this week, Golden Sniper, aka the Aussie Maestro, aka Musie's little bitch. And right in front of me, with a deagle pointed at my forehead, the one and only three-time World Drivers Champion, may or may not be four, Mr. Sardonia Muse, aka William Sir.
Glaze me! Glaze
Shut the fuck
me!
up! Stop cleaning him! Shut the fuck up! How are you today, Mr. Will? How's life been since Baku?
It's been alright. Hasn't been too bad. We had unfortunately the Monza race in real life this weekend wasn't the best. It was probably one of the worser races this season, honestly. But
If not the
hopefully
worst.
Baku next week in real life will be a better, more exciting race with lots of chaos.
You'd fucking
Stuff
hope.
shit will hit the fan. Hopefully. Imagine if it's a wet Baku in real life. That'd be crazy. Not gonna happen though, but it'd be crazy.
No, you absolutely fucking mental, man.
But Golden, you know what we're here to do today?
Hang on, let me think of the top of my head. I don't know if it's eating tea and crumpets, screaming racial slurs at transgender people, or talking about today's news, because holy fuck, it's been, how would we say it? Shit. So, unless it's them, I don't fucking know. I might as well fuck off.
Well, you see, Golden, what we're actually here to do today is the NACS driver ratings for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, or as I prefer to call it, Azerbaijan.
Fucking call it Baku.
Baku.
Baku?
I heard some woman say that once. She was like, I like a bit of Baku.
Huh. Of course she did. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
But yeah, Golden. So before we get into the podcast driver ratings today, let's just take a quick moment to mention our sponsor for this week's episode, the Gold Coast. Yep, Kogo's favorite location in Australia.
Yes. We're not
Gold Coast.
sponsored by a sponsor. We're sponsored by a fucking suburb in my country. Of course, beautiful, lovely beaches, places to go, people to see. I actually went to the Gold Coast about a decade ago on a family trip up near Queensland. It's actually quite a nice place. But you're forgetting our main sponsor, right? It changes every week because we can't think. The Gold Coast is our travel sponsor. Like if you want to go fucking flying, today, Newsy, we've actually been sponsored. Personally, I actually have the check right next to me. It's made out to the ALP1 podcast, and it actually says we're sponsored by Durex condoms, and the tagline specifically says "finger licking good." So I don't know what to do with that, but yeah.
Well, they came to the right place, I guess.
Nice, kill yourself.
Nice. So let's get into the driver ratings. Because we're getting too sidetracked here.
Oh, this is a great episode already.
So there were 9 drivers at Baku. The first 2 were the Haas drivers of Jordan and Hollywood. Who this was only Jordan's second race in the league. But if you remember last week at Reverse Austria, we gave him really good ratings for his first drive. Unfortunately, this one wasn't as good for him though. So in the practice sessions leading up, he was looking pretty quick, but then, I should say he qualified 8th, but he wasn't able to get a lap in, and he finished the race in 7th. So the only person he finished ahead of in the race was Sling.
Poor Sling.
Yeah, the only person he finished ahead of was Sling, and yeah, kind of a victim, in my opinion, with my rating for Jordan. he's kind of a victim of his own success in that first week. Because that kind of like changes how I would look at him otherwise.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this was definitely a missed opportunity at this track for him. He definitely showed he had some pace here that he could have used, but um, I ended up going with a 4 for Jordan.
Mm.
I was going to be really, really strict. I was going to go with a 3, but I decided at the last second to up it to a 4.
Mm.
But the reason I can't go any higher than a 4 is because he was involved in an incident with Alex. He did hit Alex into the wall
He did.
on turn 2, I believe. So
Oh boy.
yeah, he was involved in a silly incident which I think affected his and Alex's races in the end. So yeah, I've gone with a 4 out of 10 for Jordan. A bit of a sloppy week for him. Hopefully we'll see him bounce back in Spain.
Yeah, you do hope Jordan actually has a decent bounce back race from what you've told me. Of course, I didn't see fuck all. So I'm going to be basically ranking blind, almost like Stevie Wonder. So from what you just said, you said you've been very harsh with giving a 3 out. I'm actually the arsehole this week. And purely because you just said the Alex thing was a big thing as well. But not even getting to put a lap in because I'm pretty sure you told me before this he did crash during the quali, if I'm not wrong.
Both of the Haas's, yeah.
Yep, love that. One of them got distracted by soccer. The other one got distracted by the other guy getting distracted. So yeah, Twiddle D and Twiddle but thing 1 and thing 2 over here need to get their fucking shit together. So that's why I've given Jordan a 3. Just like you said, a missed opportunity this week.
Yeah. So, sorry. So, what did you say you gave Jordan a 2?
A 3.
A 3? Okay. Like I said, I was gonna give him a 3. I just upped it to a 4 at the very last second, just to
I'm
be
an
a little more
arsehole.
generous. But
Yeah.
no. Yeah, not a great week for him. And then his teammate Hollywood, same thing. Didn't get a lap in quali, and then DNF'd the race pretty early on too. If I remember correctly, it was pretty early. I think it was within the first 10 laps of the race. It might have been like lap 5 or 6 or something like that. Like it was pretty early in the race. Hollywood DNF'd. He didn't make it far. So yeah, I've gone with a 2 out of 10 for Holly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like last week at Austria, just another race to forget for him. Just making some big mistakes here. Which he did. I mean, at Jeddah, he did cause the safety car near the end of the race at Jeddah, but I feel like, yeah, these past 2 tracks just haven't been it for him. But maybe, Spain being more of a normal, just a regular Grand Prix circuit that a lot of people have done tons of laps on, because it's been almost every form of motorsport they've raced there. So maybe Hollywood will, feel more at home on Spain, on Catalonia, I should say, than he did at Baku. So yeah, I've gone with 2 out of 10. Hopefully we see a turnaround for him because he's on a bit of a downward slope right now, unfortunately.
See, personally, I hate doing this because I feel like an absolute arsehole, but I just have to give them a round of applause for this week alone. Because unfortunately, Hollywood is going to be the first recipient of the ALP1 podcast to get a big, fat, fucking 0. You fuck up in the quali for not even getting a lap in, like your teammate. And then to top it off, you DNF in the race, albeit pretty early. I'm joking, I gave him a 1. I'm not that much of an asshole. Yeah, just a very poor week from him. Like his teammate, I do hope they bounce back in Spain tonight. If not, I may have to deduct that 1, Hollywoods. If you're fucking listening, you're probably listening after Spain. If you are listening to this, mate, if you fuck up in Spain, that 0 is coming back, and I don't give a shit. It's riding on what happens right now, and if you don't beat your team, it's even worse. So we might even get to the minuses. Anyway, enough about me waffling.
What a savage. What a savage. But yeah, so 1 and a 2 for Hollywood.
Mm.
Terrible night for him. Just didn't seem like he was in it at all.
Now, for you dumb cunts who didn't actually watch Spain, just to remind you, Hollywood didn't actually show up. So he technically lost to his teammate and didn't even finish the race. You know what that means, Hollywood? You're probably hearing this again after Spain, but you are getting your 1 reducted to a 0, you big fat fucking cunt. Anyway, back to our regular program, proudly sponsored, this time, by your dad.
But onto the Williams drivers. So next we have Caleb Kogo Jr. and we have Kilo, aka Alex.
Oh
So
my god. Sorry.
so we'll start off with Alex, who didn't get a lap in in quali, but it actually put him at the very back for the race. Like, it made him start the race in dead last because basically Pete saw it on his stream, caught it on stream. Alex was leaving the pits and the game would not give him control, and just the cars kept going straight ahead into the into the wall.
Bong.
And it DSQ'd him for some reason from the quali. So
someone in cinema to commentate.
Yeah, so Alex wasn't able to get a lap in, but then he ended up finishing the race in 6th. So he got 8 points for the team. That's a good haul from a track that, like I said, he's always liked Baku, but he's never finished a league race there. Things have always gone wrong, but he does enjoy it. So, for keep getting Williams, like I said, Williams are coming there now. Like, they're only 2 points behind Ferrari in the constructors now, which is crazy to say. But yeah, so I've actually gone. I was going to go with a 6, but I've actually been a bit more generous. I've actually gone with a 7 out of 10 for Alex. Because like I said, because his race also did get ruined a bit by the Jordan thing, so he actually had a bit of wing damage. He actually had a yellow wing for a good few laps in that race, and still made it around and survived, and made it to the end of the race, and still finished ahead of a couple of guys on the track. So yeah, I've given Alex a 7 out of 10 for getting through it all.
You gotta respect that man. The balls on that man to go through everything this weekend is fucking crazy, and I do know Alex has some pretty big fucking cojones. Yeah, just unfortunate with the whole qualifying thing. Not his fault. I did set up 10 ratings down. I'm making that 11. EA Sports, fix your fucking game. You can't. So EA in this moment are getting a -40. And Alex, you did say you were thinking of this. I've actually whittled it down. I've actually gone for a 6 for Alex, which I feel like could be a little bit harsh. I maybe just like an asshole today. But yeah, still a great result for him to even finish the race. Like you said, he hasn't had the best of luck around here. But yeah, just hoping he can really bounce back. Don't bounce back. He can improve more in Spain. Just don't do what I did and practice, please.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do at Spain, I guess. More of a regular track. Maybe it'll click with him. I don't know though. We'll see. But his teammate Caleb qualified 3rd and won the race, just a couple seconds ahead of Pete Lanufi. Yeah, it's another, just like last week, it's another 10 out of 10 for Kogo Jr. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? It's even when the race was ending, Pete was saying like, "Oh, that's your best drive ever, Kay. It's your best drive ever."
That's great.
Now, Kay himself was saying that because the previous week at Austria had some rain near the end, like that drive could be considered a bit better. But I don't care. They're both 10s. He just won 2 races in a row. He's on a roll. Another 10 for Kogo Jr. Good stuff.
I
Good
mean,
stuff, buddy.
you can't fault the guy. He's taken. I mean, he literally does take after his fucking dad. You know, dominant. From what I saw, I mean, I was on the fucking stream for most of the race, just chilling out, watching him groom his mustache as he effortlessly tried to not ping pong, paid off walls. Yeah, just a dominant performance from this young little shit. And he's definitely looking to be. I'm gonna say this right now. I think Kay's gonna beat his father for the title. He's gonna finish higher in the standings, which is crazy because we know how competitive Koga can be. He's beautiful, shiny, Mr. Clean-esque. Just get a bit of polish, just straight on his head. We know how competitive they can both be, but yeah, I think Kay's gonna beat him out.
We'll see if Kogo wins Spain tonight. He's right back in it again. So you still can't count him out. But
make sure it doesn't happen then.
Yeah, at the start of the season, we did not think Kay was going to be, after he had that DNF. Well, technically 2 DNFs in a row at Abu Dhabi and Canada. We did not think he was going to be in contention for the title, but he's turned it around since then. That's for sure. So, yeah, good on him.
Season, maybe?
I think you might be forgetting about a certain Alpine driver.
Oh yeah, you. Fuck, what am I on about? Fuck, how retarded
No,
can
you.
I be? Alright, save the glazing for when you do my rating points, you fuckwit.
There's no rating for you.
My notes say otherwise. But go on.
There is no rating for you.
Not my
It's
notes.
invalid. You're not applicable this week.
Fuck off.
But anyways, on to the Ferraris. Starting off with Sling. He qualified 6th because the free people behind him did not get lap times in. But still, he got time in. You got to give him credit for that. Got 6th. And then he finished in 8th. And then he finished in 8th, last of the people who finished the race.
Yeah.
But he did still survive the race. So I'm actually being a little generous. I was going to go straight down the middle, but I've actually given Sling a 6 out of 10. I think it was a decent weekend for him. Yeah, he still got lapped by the race leaders, Kay and Pete, but I mean, they were in a league. They were gone, man. They were so far up the road. I don't even blame them for getting lapped by them. Yeah, they were on a whole different level this week. But he, considering how disastrous last week was for him, like, especially as a teammate, for him to still finish the race, get some points on the board for Ferrari, keep them competitive in the constructors' fight with Williams and McLaren, Alpine, etc. I've given Sling a 6 out of 10. I don't think it was a great drive from him by any means, but I think it was a decent enough drive to merit like a 6, a 5 or 6.
Yeah, again, I just feel like the asshole today. I think we've swapped. Usually I'm a bit more generous, but I've actually gone for a 5 this week from old Sling. Maybe I'm just copying off you and just knocking it down one, so I feel like I'm actually doing something. But yeah, again, we know how disastrous last week was. I'm just fuck it, just whatever you said, basically.
Essentially. But yeah, next is Spain for him. It is 100%er, and we know that Sling is usually the tortoise in the hare situation. He if other people mess up, he'll capitalize on it. So you never know. Sling could actually get a good result from this 100%er if other people make mistakes along the way. You never know.
Pray for that man. That's all I'm gonna say. Pray for him.
Pray for him, yeah. And then his teammate Pete the Newfie qualified 2nd, alongside Kogo. And then he finished the race in 2nd. He was stuck behind me for a little bit because I was on the faster tires. I was the only one who started on the mediums, so I took lead of the race for a couple laps and held him up at my 1-0 wings. But then after a couple laps, But then after a couple laps, he got past me and him, and then Kay got past, and they two of them went on. They fought for the win. And unfortunately, Pete did come up just a bit short and lost out on the race win to Kay, but he still holds the lead of the championship right now by 1 point going into Spain. It was still an amazing drive from Pete, one of his better drives this season, in my opinion. Especially around Baku, a track that, in previous F1 games back in the day, like in F1 23 or F1 22, or even 21, a track that Pete wasn't really a big fan of at all. But in recent years, he's gotten some form around there, so it's good to see. I've personally gone with a 9 out of 10 for Pete. Basically, whoever, I think him and Kay both had very similar drives. It's just whoever won was getting the 10. You know what I mean? Like if Pete had beat Kay, I would have gave him the 10. I would have gave Kay the 9. But yeah, it's gonna be a 9 for Pete.
Yeah, I've also gone for a big fat, 9. Just you can't really fault the man. The cunt's got podium today, man of his arsehole. So yeah, he's definitely a big favourite for the title as well. If a certain Alpine guy doesn't fucking bottle it, you hear that, Will? You hear that?
Yeah, Pete is also definitely he's made himself into a title contender, similar to Kay. Had a very bad race early on in the season, first race of the season at Spa. Started the season off with 0 points. But ever since then, he hasn't really put a foot wrong. He's had some amazing drives this season, and this is another one. You know what they say? They call him Pete of the streets.
No one calls him that. Shut the fuck up. Stop making
He won
jokes.
Monaco. He just got second at Baku. He almost won Baku, so it'll be interesting to see. It kind of gives me hope for him at the end of the season when we go into Singapore. Maybe Pete will win Singapore. We'll see. But yeah, so 9s across the board for him. Next, the two McLarens, Great Ace and Kogo. We'll start off with Great Ace. Qualified 5th and finished 5th. Finished exactly where he started. I've personally gone with a 7 out of 10 for Great Ace. You could argue an 8, but I just don't think it's good enough for an 8 just because he was out-qualified and finished behind me. Like, he had some pace to him. Like, he should have been finishing ahead of me, but I feel like he made some bad strategy calls, stayed out on some tires on his hard tires for a bit too long, and that's what cost him P4 in the end. He also made some little mistakes here or there as well. Like, he would get like a second and a half, a second behind me, be like, oh, he's about to get in DRS range, and then it was mainly turn 2. Like, turn 2 kept messing him up. Like, there was 2 or 3 times where he'd get like a second behind me, and then he'd get to turn 2, and he'd lose another 2 or 3 seconds again. So he should have had P4. His own mistakes cost him P4. So because of that, I can't give him an 8. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. I also have a 7. Because yes, shut up. Next person. I'm kidding. Basically, didn't watch the race. I'm blind. Fuck you. Whatever you said. Next person.
Okay. Yeah, a pretty normal race for Great Ace. Wasn't nothing too crazy. Now his teammate Kogo qualified on pole, but then he messed up on lap 1. He hit the Louis Vuitton wall. Broke his wing off, had to pit, fix the wing, and then basically had to spend the whole race making up the positions he lost. And he was able to recover back to the podium, though, recovered back and got third. He did have a time penalty, but he was able to just get ahead of me with that. So, like, I finished 1 point. Technically, on the final sheet, it says I finished 1.5 seconds behind him. So he was just barely able to get back in it and get that podium. But I've gone for an 8 out of 10 for Kogo. I can't go any higher because really he should have been fighting for the win, or i.e. winning the race. But he made that mistake early on, which was really costly. And I mean, technically it cost him 10 points in the championship to his son, right? So it was a pretty big mistake, and he almost didn't even get podium because, like I said, if I had a bit more pace in me at that track, because I've never been a big fan of that track anyway, like if that was a track that I had a bit more pace in me at, he wouldn't even have got podium. So, but still a great recovery, still had a good pole position lap, so I've still given him an 8 out of 10, but I'm not giving him any higher than that.
See, I know I'm always used to fucking controversial shit, mate. I've actually gone for a 9. All the things you said, but he did qualify on pole, and he did, from what you said, pull a Golden Sniper Canada 2025, where he fought from the back after an early shit show and just clawed his way back up like an absolute fucking demon. But one thing Kogo did get that I didn't is he got a podium and I got thundercunded by a Red Bull. So yeah.
Yeah, and you also had to overtake like 12 cars. He only had to overtake like 4. Let's just also just let's keep that in mind too.
Nice.
When you let's keep that in mind when we go into the last driver and see you give him a lower rating than the guy who hit the wall on lap 1. So the final driver is me for Alpine. My teammate wasn't there, so it's me.
No.
Sidonian Muse.
No.
So I qualified 4th. And then finished in 4th, like I said, 1.5 seconds off of the podium, off of Kogo. So very similar to my drive last week at Reverse Austria. They're very similar, just barely missed out on a podium again. Very frustrating, but still a super consistent drive, still super solid. Just did everything that was in my power to do, managed the tires well, didn't make any big mistakes, had no damage the whole race. But I just didn't have the pace to get anything higher than where I was at. So I've personally given myself an 8 out of 10 because, like I said, I gave me and Kogo the same rating because his highs were bigger than mine, but his lows were also bigger than mine because, he hit a fucking wall like a dumbass.
Thanks.
So I've given me and Kogo the same rating with 8s there, but yeah, he technically had the better qualifying. He had the pole, and I mean, he did. He was able to get ahead of me. It's almost like he's a second lap faster than me at every fucking track in this game, anyway. But yeah, he was able to.
Munching Dorito wheel fuckers or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, give him credit. He pulled the free seconds. He got ahead and he got away enough to secure himself the podium.
Yeah.
Which was funny because that's just it's exactly. But it's funny because it's exactly how Baku was last season, where it was me and him fighting for third as well. So, yeah.
But unlike
yeah, I can understand you. I can understand you giving him a 9. If you look at what his results show, it looks like a 9. I'm just giving him an 8 because it's another mistake. It's another mistake in the championship for him. He's cost himself some more points again. So. But anyways, Sidonian Muse. Yeah, I've given myself an 8. Can't give myself any higher than that. But like I said, I gave Great Ace a 7, and in my opinion, I drove better than Great Ace did, especially considering I was using 1.0 wings. I think I drove better than Great Ace. That's why I give myself an 8 ahead of Great Ace.
I respect the confidence you have in yourself, mate, to be honest. Very good. I did also follow your lead, and I gave you an 8. Yes, I did give you lower than Kogo, but like you said, he out-qualified you. He got past you even with his 3-second time penalty. And again, like you said, it's almost like it's almost like he's a second quicker than me. Ooh, what the fuck can I say, man? Pretty much standard sock-handed shit. Fuck you, Kogo.
Yeah, it sucks because if that was 24, he wasn't getting past me at all because we would have been similar pace and he'd be stuck behind me on those wings. But because they can pull so much time, they can just save up their battery and just blow by. So Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's F125, and it doesn't look like it has any plans of changing. So, yeah. So those were the driver ratings. Golden. Obviously, Caleb, Caleb and Pete definitely the stars of this one. Both of them now 1 point apart going into race 10 at Spain, which is a 100%er and is the halfway point of the season. So after Spain, we are officially halfway done the season. And maybe next time when we do the Spain one, we can kind of go over our mid-season, our mid-season like report on who we think have been like the biggest disappointments, the biggest surprises, you know, stuff like that. We can do just a quick little debrief, but yeah. Do you have anything more to say about Baku, or have you said everything you need? I feel like I've been talking for more on this than you, so
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I'd like to give you the floor if you got.
Yeah, it's just, stock standard shit. We do this every week. We fuck around, find out, and then we share a beer together. Or, the other hand, I waffle too much and you point a gun to my head, tell me to shut the fuck up and get the movie box.
Right, but
Yeah.
well, you also weren't there for this one, so I guess that's why you also didn't have as much to say about this one.
No, absolutely not. But I will say one more thing before
Right.
we do go.
Yeah.
There's a certain rating here. I know it says NA next to my name, but if I just put on my glass and I zoom in really quickly, it says I got a 10 out of 10 for shithousery because I told Kogo, I told both Kogos for you to not abuse me, and thank fuck you didn't, I think. But we'll see behind closed doors. If anyone hears an Amber Alert in the next 30 minutes, you know what happened.
Oh my god. No, it's all good. Alpine still leading the constructors by 4 points going into this next race.
Fuck you, McLaren.
So let's give it everything we got, Spain, and try to keep the lead. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Next time we'll be doing our driver ratings for Barcelona.
You didn't say it right.
It's been fuck you. It's been Sidonian Muse. He's a golden sniper cunt, and and we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Toodaloo. Fuck school.